flags to afford an upgrade. But as stashing became a thing, selling decorations was removed, and instead, from that point forward, you had the option to put it away, essentially. But if we go back even further, at one point you could sell anything you wanted. Every building had this sell button, and you were free to do whatever you wanted to do with it. The only thing you couldn't sell was the town hall, but a hilarious visual glitch which revealed its value is definitely something to behold. As was the OG waterfall. While we do have one in its place, they aren't the same. The original was removed in 2012 because it was making devices at the time lag. Nowadays we're running sceneries like this. Oh, how times have changed. Much like the design of the old level 11 walls. Yeah, Town Hall 10 wasn't as good looking as it is today, but luckily Supercell ended up removing those blue walls and adding in some sweet looking lava walls. But speaking of lava, did you know the Inferno Tower had a special ability that was removed? Well, honestly, you probably do, but for those who aren't aware, the Inferno Tower used to be able to block any healing effect. So if a troop was being healed by a spell or a...
Let the killing begin.
Stay down. Bye-bye. Got him. Satchel up. Gotta go. Nailed them. 3.
New stage into Stage 2.
Duck. Blocking sight. Blocking sight. Blocking sight. Reload.
Stage 3.
The hunt begins.
Yikes. Three.
Charge your bats. Engaging waves. Raiders on a rampage. Get out of here. 10 seconds until stage change.
What's this? Blocking sight. Ground. Hoops. Take this.
The hunt begins.
Go, go.
All missiles away.
Flame. Blocking sight. I'm out. Grounded. Get out of my way. Hi! Piss!
Healer, it would no longer heal, the Inferno would block it. This proved to be a little too OP, so it was removed in late 2017. But this wasn't the only building with special stats. For example, Giant Bombs did more damage to Hogs, Teslas did double damage to P.E.K.K.A.s, and the Eagle Artillery did 3 times more damage to Golems. All of these were eventually removed as part of an effort to rebalance the game to be easier and simpler. But you know what wasn't simple? The Eagle Artillery's activation requirements. It used to be that as more levels were released, they would increase the housing space requirement for it to activate. So the higher the level, the more troops it required. But after level 3, they stopped doing it and removed these special requirements altogether. Today, it's one fixed number for every town hall. Speaking of fixed and number, this next one has nothing to do with it, but surely some of you remember the Facebook login. This was in the game for as long as it was around, and it was cool because for those who used Facebook, they could see their friends and family and visit their base. However, in 2022, they dropped support for this feature and encouraged players to switch over to Supercell ID instead. Just how they dropped support for flower sounds.
Match found.
Unbelievable. You know something, Supercell? Flower lives matter too. A feature that didn't matter though was the hero sleep and guard toggle. You know how you can toggle your clan castle to defend or not to? Well, you can do the same thing with heroes as well, but because everyone's heroes are always upgrading anyway, it was deemed useless. Nah, I'm kidding, but nobody used it anyway. But okay, does anyone remember reloading traps and defenses? As a reminder, I played these in one of my OG episodes, but this is how they used to sound. Rearming a Inferno, X-Bow, Eagle Artillery, and all of your traps. The nostalgia. Eventually though, it was changed to where they would reload themselves every time you went online. So the button to do it yourself was removed. Another thing removed was duplicate barracks. We used to have 4 regular barracks and 2 Dark Elixir barracks, but because villages were running out of space in the higher town halls, they needed to consolidate some of these buildings, so we now have 1 of each. What you may not have even 1 of is this rare rock. While it's still in the game, very few people have it because they disabled its ability to spawn. Those who have this rock were playing in very early versions of the game. It hasn't been able to spawn in anyone's village since mid-2012, making it the rarest obstacle. Much how the fireworks rarely appear next to the Clan Games pop-up. But some objects have actually been removed, like the tent and campfire. This was to make way for other features, notably special events. Which reminds me of how special legendary skins used to feel because of their custom spawned units. While they did not remove the old ones, ever since hero equipment was added, new custom spawned units for legendary skins were a thing of the past. Just like versus battles in the Builder Base. With the Builder Base 2.0 update, the way battles work was made to be a little bit more similar to how it works in the home village. So no more head-to-head battles. Another The thing that was chucked in the bin was the healer's ability to ignore air traps. She was immediately
Apa B?
Mid.
Here.
B.
Ding.
Bam.
Go.
Bring them down.
immune to them. But because it was OP for no reason, especially with the rise of Queen Walk, it was moved. And last but not least, I know a lot of you have memories of visiting someone only to see their wrecked base. Well, you may or may not have noticed that this was removed a couple years back. Regardless if they were absolutely shredded or not, their base will appear just fine. So guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Don't forget to subscribe, and hey, YouTube thinks you'll love this next video on the screen here, so go check it out. As always, I want to thank you all for watching, and have a gaming else. Peace.
Cover. Sini.
Last player standing.
No time. Nice.
Now I know how annoying.
Here are 50 random and, to be honest with you, mostly useless facts about Clash of Clans. The 2023 Christmas Tree Special Obstacle is the only one that doesn't have a patch of grass under it. This is even more noticeable in some sceneries, like the Toy Workshop for example, where it doesn't have a platform under it. Before its official release, when the Inferno Artillery
Kill.
Apa sih? Mas mau beli apa lah?
I'll return.
Kata heaven. Heaven.
Here. Fake teleport. Enemy down.
Enemy A. Take hold.
Cutting through.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A. 30 seconds left.
Continue to fight. Continue to win.
Decoy. Time to jump. Now, where to set up shop?
Bring them down.
Portal closed. Cutting through.
The fuck?
Spike down B.
Can you heal me, Sage? Sage, thank you.
One enemy remaining.
Heal up.
Here. Reloading.
It's mine. Now get it.
Reloading. Reloading.
Blink and they'll catch up. Stay alert.
Time to jump. Decoy.
Enemy spotted. Hey. Enemy spotted. Hey.
Artillery was activated or was attacking, the glow around it was yellow. However, this was changed to an orange glow in most areas for its final release. Not gonna lie, it makes more sense to be orange. This is the first loading screen image in Clash of Clans, and while the characters look more or less the same as they do today, the Archer has an interesting feature that she never once had ever again: a nose ring. It might be hard to see, but yeah, in the next loading screen, that piercing disappeared. The Fire Spitter was likely inspired by an old scrap defense. During an interview with a developer in 2022, this image of building concept art was shared, and on the left side you can see a building that shoots fire, and it happens to rotate in 45-degree angles. Pretty cool. The Ice Golem almost didn't make the cut as a troop in the game. Developers confirmed that they were working on the Ice Golem for Town Hall 12 content, but it was eventually scrapped, never making it beyond testing stages.
Time to jump.
Right here.
One. Hey, go.
Mid, two, last two mid, last two
Down
mid.
A.
However, just a few months later, the Ice Golem would be added, unlocked at Town Hall 11. Town Hall 17 is the only Town Hall to have a custom 3-star image in Clan Wars. Usually for a 2-star, they all have a custom image, most of them at least, but when they get 3-star, they all look the same. All but Town Hall 17. You may be familiar with the gem packs in Clash of Clans. For nearly the entire game's history, they've always offered the same 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, and $100 pack. But there is a $200 pack. Yes, it exists, but it's not in the game. It's a Supercell store exclusive, so you have to get it from the website. Town Hall 7 is the first Town Hall in the game.
Cutting through. Decoy.
You should run.
You're done.
You had your fun. My
It's you and me.
Anyone else?
One enemy remaining. Spike down B. Reloading. Flawless.
Nothing's perfect, but that was perfect. Let them try to get through.
Where the laboratory upgrades take longer than the builder upgrades. If you look closely, the battle builder hut is shooting nails. It's certainly hard to tell when it's in action unless you slow it down and pause it, but if you've ever paid attention to the finished upgrade screen,
I'll find you.
Can't use that.
Bring them down.
All dead.
Take hold. Bring them down.
you can clearly see the nails around it. In the game's early development stages, it appears iron and wood were supposed to be materials in the game. There was a third one, but for some reason the image is missing. You can see the production buildings for these materials in the village, and the main currencies were gold and purple gems. Interestingly, from another picture, we can see that gold was collected from a strange
One
building
enemy
called
remaining.
Happy
Team
House,
Ace.
which, as mentioned in a previous facts video, sits in the 10th Clashversary scenery. A root router blown up by a gigabomb hilariously brings the ground with it. Supercharged upgrades are the only upgrades in the game that get cheaper in cost the higher the level. Oddly enough though, as they get cheaper, the upgrades take longer. In the gingerbread scenery, there's a gingerbread that occasionally waves at you. It's only visible if you zoom in. Gingerbread that occasionally longer. In the gingerbread scenery,
Spike down A.
That's I'll handle this. Here. Here. Out of charges. I'm back. I'm right.
One enemy remaining.
That was their bid.
They have courage. No one's match.
I need a drop. Sack.
there's a gingerbread that occasionally waves at you. It's only visible if you zoom in, as it's covered by other decor. Surrounding the ancient barbarian statue with stone paths will stop grass from growing around it. If you leave a gap around it, you can...
Satu kan?
No.
Oke. Bida.
Spike
drop.
down mid.
Bawa kopi. Juga bida.
Fake teleport.
Last player standing.
You will never kill my allies.
Last player standing.
Selesai.
Find the weakest light. Kick ammunition.
can limit the amount of grass that grows. It's pretty cool, you can basically control the grass. While Clash of Clans on Windows is essentially the same game as it is on mobile, there is one PC exclusive feature, and that is being able to assign keys to select troops, spells, heroes, etc. It shows up as a little number or a letter on...
Mid.
Barrier created.
Time to jump.
Eliminate.
Cut mid.
Fake teleport.
Low ISO. I can get healed though.
each unit and is fully customizable. The Bob Hut is the only building in the home village that doesn't have a preview when tapping info. Despite the stone slammer having several patches in its artwork, it doesn't have any when it's deployed. You can freeze the water in the clan capital with the frost spell, allowing troops to walk across the frozen water. Scouting yourself allows you to see obstacles that are about to spawn in your base soon. The location isn't always accurate, but sometimes it actually spawns where it said it would. The location isn't always obstacles that are about to spawn in your base soon. The location isn't always accurate, but sometimes it actually spawns where it said it was going to be. Using 5 heroes in an attack is possible, but under very specific circumstances. It only happens when you are a returning player attacking yourself. If you keep increasing the number of unplaced items, the icons just keep getting smaller and smaller. For example, in this player's case, he has 40 unplaced items. You can lose the tutorial battle by placing barbarians one by one. Funny enough, even with 0%, the villager still says that was a great battle. As you know, every time you attack with a shield,
It's you and me.
I'll handle this. I'm back.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Last round before the switch.
Nothing will be saved. Use it.
So the number of hours it takes off your shield increases from 3 to 4, 5, and so on. But have you ever wondered if this number stops? No? Well, I did, and it turns out the max is 24 hours. It's a pretty...
Left side.
Last player standing.
rare sight because usually you run out of shields before getting to that number, but it's easily achievable by buying a 1 week shield from the shop. You may have noticed when playing games is over, all of the gear is packed up. Interestingly though, it contains items that were removed from this area, like the fireworks that is under all the gear, and the tent rolled up on the side of the caravan. The current slowest unit in the game is the log launcher with a speed of 4. This used to be the melon golem before it got a speed buff. According to its description in Squad Busters, the Yeti is a dad and the Yeti mites are his kids. Back in the day, troops and spells were divided by what currency they required to train and brew, and you need to go to that specific barracks to train that troop. However, with there being no cost anymore and a universal barrack system, it really makes you wonder why even bother having such distinctions nowadays. Well, according to a developer, these troops still have a clear difference. Dark Elixir troops and spells are a bit more technical and niche, while Elixir stuff is a bit more clear and straightforward. Their usage is more obvious. According to Clash lore, the bowler was the one that told Wall.
Out of charges. Cutting through.
One
Last
enemy
side,
remaining.
last side.
Last low.
Wallbreakers, they should throw the bombs instead of carrying them, allowing it to become troops like the bomber. Talpa 7s with a queen, as weird as it sounds, is a real thing. When they were adding the hero hall into the game, there were instances of town halls having heroes they shouldn't have and levels that exceeded their max. Surprisingly, many players got to keep these accidental unlocks. I suspect one day these accounts may be rare. The archers and wizards on top of their towers change pretty frequently, and it really makes you wonder why the bottom tower doesn't. Well, it actually does, but just once. At level 4, it gets a new mask and different color gloves by the boss on top of their tower.
Cutting through. Here.
Enemy spotted.
Here.
One enemy remaining.
Golden.
Spike planted. Reloading.
There is a good look for you.
Match point.
Be ready.
Change pretty frequently, and it really makes you wonder why the bottom tower doesn't. Well, it actually does, but just once. At level 4, it gets a new mask and
Don't
different
let them
color
get out.
gloves. The voice behind
Decoy.
Where are you?
Sino ba ang gwapo sa anjing ko?